Well, that's annoying. Welcome back to Atwood's Garage. It's late Sunday evening. Got my transmission back in. Everything warmed up. The fluid's topped off. Put about 5 or 6 miles on it. Shifting great. Barks her tires like mad. Runs good. Everything's fine. However, as you can see, I expected the rear drop, or the one on the right side, because it's at the transfer case adapter, and I didn't mess with that at all. It only drips a little bit occasionally, but that forward drip, it's the same drip that I had before. After replacing the pump seal and resealing my pump bolts and torquing everything back to the spec, I was hoping I'd have that problem licked. And unfortunately, still dripping off the bell housing. And it's dripping from the low spot, which means it's dripping from the inside of the bell housing from what I can tell. I think what I may end up having to do is just start this thing up, lay down here, and let it warm up, and just see where it starts dripping from. I don't believe it's dripping from behind the bell housing, and then down the outside of it, it's dripping down from the inside, which the only thing can be there is the pump bolts and the seal. Now, mind you, my setup is really unique. I have a Turbo 400, as you all know, and I have a 4L60 bell housing mounted to a custom plate, which is bolted to the front pump, much like you would find in a lot of the aftermarket racing bell housing that you can get for a Turbo 400 or a Turbo 350, the SFI stuff. Mine was also cracked. Let me get under here. Oh, I'm just using the phone tonight because I'm tired. I didn't feel like getting the Jeep GoPro route, but as you can see, it's a 4L60 bell housing, and there's a fresh drip sitting there, and a fresh drip on the pan here. So I'm a bit stymied about what's going on. I fully expected this from up here. It's been dripping, but I was just trying to tackle one thing at a time. Oh well. Jeep Jam's just a couple of 3 weeks off. I really don't have time to pull this thing all apart again, start over. I've got a few other things I need to take care of as well on the Jeep. I need to get my exhaust rotated. My O2 sensor's hitting my mount there on the adapter. So I need to rotate the exhaust, which means I need to cut this, rotate everything so everything stays correctly, yada, 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 yada. Anyways, on some good news. I've got, to rotate around. Got my signs in. There's my shifter plate, which now sits about 2 inches below the sign. Got plenty of room for everything. Oh, it's been a long day. Still really haven't cleaned up. Let me go on the other side here. There we go. And that's what the console now, top of the shifters and everything looks like now. Actually got a lighted cup holder. Yeah. Look at me. I'm fancy. It just so happens was able to get. But floor's all done. Everything's sealed. All the panels are done. Got added to my switch covers that I was missing. Those are done. So pretty much good to go on the inside here. So I'm real happy with that. I don't have to worry about that for the time being. And I said I've got my deflector all done. And I got the insulative pads on it. So I shouldn't have any heat soak issues with the fuel. Transcooler's mounted up high. It's getting more air. It's definitely running cooler. Transmission runs about 180 when everything's hot. And I mean hot. But that's pretty much it for today. Got a few other things, like I said. I got differential fluids to check. I got to change the oil, change filter, coolants, top everything off. So basically top everything off, change the oil, and it should be ready to go for GPM. Programming's good on the tune. I'm happy with it enough. It's better than it was last year, and I made it through no problem last year with the lousy tune I had on it. But anyways, this is Atwood's Garage. That's pretty much it for this week. Hope you all had a good week and a good weekend. We'll see you next week.